हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our study of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 15, entitled Description of the Kingdom of God, Vaikuntha. And we are going to read from verse number 43 today. But let's begin with our auspicious invocation prayers. Mangalacharan. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसी मकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषाम् संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वोः नेहयत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवन्नपि मृतो हि सः। प्रसङ्गम् अजरं पाशम् आत्मना कवयो विदुः स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारम् अपावृतम्। तितिक्षवः कारुणिकाः सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथाः तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति। हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य। मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्भसम्बुधौ लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उदाहृतम् अहैतुक अव्यवहिता या भक्ति पुरुषोत्तमे। सालोक्य सारष्टि सामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमपि उत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनाः यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनाद्यत्प्रबलनाद्यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचेत् श्वादोऽपि सद्यसवनाय कल्पते कूता पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात् अहो बत श्वपचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुः सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते यन्नामधेयश्रवण यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनात् यत्प्रवणाद्यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचेत् श्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात् यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनाद् यत्प्रवणाद्यत् स्मरणादपि क्वचित् श्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात्. Okay. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.15.43. तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसी मकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वोः. This is a memorization verse for all of us also for this module. तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसी मकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो. Translation and purports by our beloved founder Acharya. Nitya Lila Pravishtha Om Vishnupad, His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. When the breeze carrying the aroma of tulasi leaves from the toes of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, Vishnu, entered the nostrils of those sages, the four Kumar brothers, they experienced a change both in body and in mind, even though they were attached to the impersonal Brahman understanding. Akshara Jusham, they were attached to the Brahman realization, but they got attracted when they were able to experience the aroma of the tulsi leaves from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Purport. See, we have been discussing how the four Kumaras were Jivan Mukta and they were very advanced spiritualists, therefore they were qualified to enter Vaikuntha. They cursed Jaya and Vijay. Jaya and Vijay begged forgiveness from the four Kumar brothers. Lord Vishnu heard the discussion and immediately came out. As Lord Vishnu came, the four Kumar brothers were able to experience the aroma of the tulsi leaves at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. And they experience a change in body and mind both. Chitta, Tanu. Their Tanu, their body, and Chitta. They experienced Sangshobham, agitation, by smelling the fragrance of Tulsi from the lotus feet of Krishna. Padaravinda Kinjalka Mishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antagata. As the air entered their nostrils from the breeze of the lotus feet and Tulsi leaves from Lord Vishnu, they experienced a transformation. Purport. It appears from this verse that the four Kumaras were impersonalists. They were impersonalists. They were Brahmavadis. They wanted to become one with the Lord, merge into the Brahman effulgence. But as soon as they saw Lord Vishnu's features, their minds changed. So, in the preceding verses, you will remember it's all description of the beauty of Lord Vishnu. He is the reservoir of all pleasure. His color is bluish black, Shame, Prithu Urasi. He has got broad chest. Then Shobhitaya Shriya. There's a Shrivatsa indicating Lakshmiji on his chest. Verse number there's 39. Then verse number 40, Lord Vishnu is adorned with a girdle that shone brilliantly on the yellow cloth covering his hips. He wore a garland of fresh flowers. There were humming bees. One of his hand was resting on the shoulder of Garud. With the other hand, he was twirling a lotus. The face of Lord Vishnu was marked by his distinguished cheeks, alligator shaped pendants which were shining brightly. His nose was prominent, upraised. Head of Lord Vishnu was covered with gem studded crown. He wore a kaustubh mala. Hmm. So, this was the beautiful form of Lord Vishnu that the four Kumar brothers saw. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport to verse number 43, second sentence. But as soon as the four Kumaras saw Lord Vishnu's features, their minds changed. In other words, impersonalist who feels transcendental pleasure in striving to become one with the Lord is defeated when he sees the beautiful transcendental features of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Because the Brahma Jyoti is the effulgence of Krishna. If the effulgence is so attractive, imagine how attractive the source of the effulgence would be. So when they had that darshan, their hearts changed. Because of the fragrance of his lotus feet carried by the air and mixed with the aroma of the tulsi leaves, their minds changed. So Kinjal ka Mishra Tulasi, which means, very important point, Srila Prabhupada points out, which means it was the fragrance of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Mishra Tulsi, mixed with the fragrance of Tulsi. It was not just the fragrance of Tulsi. It was fragrance of Lord Vishnu's lotus feet mixed with the fragrance of Tulsi, that Antargata, that went inside their nostrils and caused a complete transformation. Because of the fragrance of Lord Vishnu's lotus feet carried by the air and mixed with the aroma of Tulsi, the four Kumaras, their minds changed. Instead of becoming one with the Supreme Lord, now they thought it wise to be devotees of the Supreme Lord. Srila Prabhupada says, becoming a servant of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu is better than becoming one with Lord Vishnu. Because one with Lord Vishnu is Sayujya Mukti. And then beyond that are the different rasas, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. Text number 44. Teva amushyavadana sita padma kosham udviksha sundarataradhara kundahasam labdhashisha punaraveksha Shatadiyamangri Dvandvam Nakharunamani Shrayanam Nidathyuhu. Lord Vishnu's beautiful face appeared to them like the inside of a blue lotus. Inside of the blue lotus, very dark blue, very beautiful. And Lord Vishnu's smile appeared to be a blossoming jasmine flower because Krishna's teeth are like the jasmine buds, white in color, arranged in nice row of white teeth. So when Krishna, Lord Vishnu smiled, it was Sundaratara Adhara Kunda Hasam. It was like the blossoming jasmine flower when Krishna smiled. After seeing the face of Lord Vishnu, the sages, the four Kumaras, were fully satisfied. They were fully satisfied. In this material world, there is no satisfaction. Nobody is satisfied in this world. Everybody wants more, more, more. But when we see Krishna, we become fully satisfied. And when they wanted to see him further, they looked upon the nails of his lotus feet, which resembled rubies. Tadiyam angri dvandvam nakharunamani. They were like arunamani, rubies. The nails are also reddish pinkish, Krishna's nails. Thus they viewed the Lord's transcendental body again and again, again and again, again and again. Punar aveksha, punar aveksha. They kept looking again and again. And so they finally achieved meditation on the Lord's personal feature. In this way, the four Kumaras who are attracted to the Brahma Jyoti, now they are attracted to the physical personal beauty of Lord Vishnu. And again, they were taking darshan. This is a sign of love. When we go and take darshan in our temple, we should also feel such attraction that again and again, we should keep looking. Text 45. Pumsam gatim mrigayataमिह yogamargair ध्यानास्पदं बहुमतं नयनाभिरामम् पंस्नं वपुर् दर्शयानमनन्यसिद्धैरौत्पत्तिकै समृगानन् युतम् अष्टभोगैः. This is the form of Lord Vishnu which is meditated upon by the followers of the yoga process, the Ashtanga Yoga. And it is pleasing to the yogis in meditation, this form of Lord Vishnu. It is not imaginary but factual, as proved by great yogis. The Lord is full in 8 kinds of achievements, the Ashtasiddhis. But for others, these achievements are not possible in full perfection. These Ashtasiddhis are possible for those who follow Ashtanga Yoga, the eightfold process of meditation on Lord Vishnu, who is Chaturbhuja Murti. And by perfecting one's absorption and meditation on Lord Vishnu, they are blessed with the 8 siddhis, 8 mystic perfections before they get liberated. Purport. The success of the yoga process is very nicely described here. It is specifically mentioned that the form of the Lord as four-handed Narayan is the object of meditation for the followers of Yoga Marg. One has to meditate on Lord Narayan, not on some light or tube light or candle flame. In the modern age, there are so many so-called yogis who do not target their meditation on the four-handed Lord Narayan form. Some of them try to meditate on something impersonal or void that is not approved by the great yogis. The real yoga marg process is to control the senses, sit in a solitary and sanctified place, and meditate on the four-handed form of Narayan, decorated with Shankha Chakra, Gada Padma, as described in this chapter, as he appeared before the four sages, the four Kumaras. This Narayan form is Krishna's expansion. Narayan form comes from Krishna, but Krishna is the original Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Therefore, we are meditating on Krishna in ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. In our Gaudiya Parampara, we are taught to meditate on Krishna. Aradhya Bhagwan, Vrajeshatanayas, Tadhama Vrindavan. And Lord Krishna is the origin, is the source of Lord Narayan. Therefore, we are also following the yoga process only. We are meditating on Lord Krishna. In the next paragraph, further down, Srila Prabhupada writes on page 639, few sentences down. Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all the other Vishnu forms with four hands decorated with conch shell, shankha, lotus, padma, club, gada, and wheel, chakra, are plenary expansions of Krishna. Ete chamsa kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. In Bhagavad Gita, it is recommended that one meditate upon the form of the Lord. Kavim Puranam Anushasataram. You have to meditate on Krishna. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara. Krishna says. To practice concentration of the mind, one has to sit with the head and back in a straight line, and one must practice in a secluded place, sanctified by a sacred atmosphere. Usually, it is a place in a holy place, or a place on the bank of a holy river like Ganga or Yamuna or Godavari. That's where the sadhus sit. One cannot practice yoga in a congested city, living a life of extravagancy, including unrestricted sex indulgence and adultery of the tongue. Yoga practice necessitates controlling the senses, and the beginning of sense control is to control the tongue. Srila Prabhupada writes, one who can control the tongue can also have control over the other senses. One cannot allow the tongue to take all kinds of forbidden food and drink, and at the same time advance in the practice of yoga. It is very regrettable fact that many unauthorized so-called yogis come to the Western countries and exploit people's inclination towards yoga practice. In Kali Yuga, there are many bogus teachers of spiritual life. And we are all very fortunate that we have found a Sadguru, a true spiritual master in the form of Srila Prabhupada, who gave us in a very uncompromising way the highest truth, Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada tells us here that we should control our tongue. We should only eat Krishna Prasad. Jivhara lalasai, iti utidhai, Shishnodar parayan, Krishna nahi paye. They are all three in one line. Tongue, belly. So Jivha, tongue. Udar, belly. And Shishna means genitals. They are all in one line. And to control them is the path of yoga. But controlling them begins with the tongue. And tongue means we should chant Hare Krishna and eat Krishna Prasad with the tongue. And in don'ts, we should not criticize with the tongue, and we should not eat non-prasad with the tongue. Prabhupada says that is the adultery of the tongue. We are committing adultery of the tongue when we don't speak Krishna Katha, speak something else, prajalpa, gossip, mundane talks. And we are committing adultery with the tongue when instead of eating Krishna Prasad, Krishna's remnants, we eat non-Krishna Prasad. So Prabhupada says, we cannot perform adultery with the tongue and call ourselves a yogi. It is not possible. So, therefore, tongue has to be controlled. Vishaira anna khaile, dushta hai man. Dushta mane nahi hai, Krishnera smaran. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. When we eat food cooked by materialistic people, Vishaira anna khaile, dushta hai man. Our mind becomes polluted. Dushta mane nahi hai, Krishnera smaran. And with a contaminated heart, we cannot remember Krishna. Next paragraph, Srila Prabhupada writes, 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna recommended yoga practice to Arjun, but Arjun frankly expressed his inability to follow the stringent rules and regulations of the yoga system. So Srila Prabhupada is describing the yoga system by which the yogis meditate on Lord Vishnu and attain the 8 mystic perfections, Ashtasiddhi. We have to go to a solitary place. We have to completely control our eating, sleeping, sit with a straight back, straight head, eyes semi-closed, and concentrate on the form of Lord Vishnu in a holy place. Srila Prabhupada says this process is described in detail by Lord Krishna in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and Arjun says, I cannot follow it. It's very difficult. So if 5,000 years ago, when there was no internet, when there was no Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and YouTube, if Arjun was such a great personality, could not do it, then what can we do in Kali Yuga? What is our position? It's not possible. So what is the solution for all of us? Prabhupada says one should be very practical in every field of activity and not waste time in useless yogic gymnastics. Real yoga is to search out the four-handed supersoul within the heart and see him perpetually in meditation. To constantly see Lord Krishna in meditation is called samadhi. Then it's a very beautiful and long purport. We will not read the whole thing, but few paragraphs down, Srila Prabhupada says, what is a solution for us? A person in full Krishna consciousness acts by the dictation of Krishna. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, dictation is received through the transparent medium of the spiritual master. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, my dear friends, our Gurudev will guide us personally. When one is sufficiently trained and acts in submissive faith, see the beautiful choice of words. Please pay attention. Prabhupada says, when we act in submissive faith, submission and faith in Guru and Krishna. When we act in submissive faith and love for Krishna under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, then the dovetailing process becomes more and more firm and accurate. This stage of devotional service by the devotee in Krishna consciousness is the most perfect stage of yoga system. So that Ashtanga Yoga is not possible in Kali Yuga. What is possible is to take guidance from spiritual master and practice Krishna consciousness as taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhajaner Madhya Shresht Navavida Bhakti Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. We should do practical things like Archanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vandanam. These are practical things that we can do. So this is how we attain perfection in Kali Yuga. So Prabhupada gives us a solution what we should do because we cannot practice the yoga system described here, Ashtanga Yoga. So few paragraphs down, Srila Prabhupada writes in that paragraph which starts with the largest number of Indians follow. In that paragraph, 2-3 sentences down, Srila Prabhupada writes, if one wants, please listen carefully, if one wants success in practical yoga practice, it is advised that one should take to the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And one will actually feel oneself making progress. By chanting Hare Krishna, we will be able to make out that I am making progress. In Bhagavad Gita, this practice of Krishna consciousness is described as Raja Vidya, the king of all education. Those who have taken, next paragraph, those who have taken to this most sublime Bhakti Yoga system, who practice devotional service and transcendental love of Krishna, can testify to its happy and easy execution. Kevala Ananda Kanda. The four sages, Sanak Kumar, Sanatan Kumar, Sanandan Kumar, and Sanat Kumar, also became attracted by the feature of Lord Vishnu and the transcendental aroma of the dust of his lotus feet. Next paragraph. Yoga necessitates controlling the senses, and Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness is the process of purifying the senses. So Srila Prabhupada is saying to become yogis, we have to control our senses. And in Bhakti Yoga, Prabhupada says the senses are not only controlled, but the senses are purified. One cannot stop the activities of the senses by artificial means. One cannot say, I will not do this, I will not eat this, I will not look here, I will not look there, I will not hear this, I will not stay here, I will not do this. Don't, not, will not sustain. Srila Prabhupada says one cannot stop the activities of the senses by artificial means, but if one purifies the senses by engaging in the service of Lord Krishna, the senses not only can be controlled from rubbish engagement, but can be engaged in Krishna's transcendental service. So, this is the way to perfection. What is it? To engage our senses in positive Krishna consciousness. So, if we want to watch, instead of watching some mundane reels on Instagram or YouTube, or just browsing through useless some group messages in some mundane group on WhatsApp, or just browsing the internet in general, instead of doing that, we can use our screen time to hear satsang, hear the classes of our Guru Varga, read Vedabase, read the Shastra, hear from the pure devotees. That way we can make spiritual progress. So we are using our tendency to see and hear something on the screen. At the same time, we are doing it in a way that will promote our Krishna consciousness. So these good choices we all have to make. And we cannot complain that, oh, well, it's very difficult. I am conditioned. I'm used to making wrong choices. I'm used to browsing. Then we will not make spiritual progress if we make those excuses. Just like we make the effort to watch something mundane, we should make the effort to watch something spiritual. Because to watch something mundane also it takes some effort. We are typing, we are looking, and we are sitting and watching it. All we have to do is tell our mind that you want to watch, but you watch Srila Gurudev's lecture. You watch Srila Prabhupada's lecture. You watch some kirtan, you watch some Krishna conscious discussion, or watch some Krishna conscious drama. That we have to force and train the mind. If we say that it's too difficult, I can't do it, I get carried away on the internet, the reason is we have given too much freedom to the mind. Shama Kishori Mataji, your mother, we don't give too much freedom to the children. We give them some freedom, but we draw boundaries. We have to draw boundaries for the mind also. The mind is like a child and intelligence is like a parent. If we say that it's too much, temptations are too much, I am not disciplined, I cannot control myself, I get carried away, that means we have given too much freedom to the mind, which is very dangerous. Can we give unrestricted freedom to a child, especially in this age of internet? No, we cannot. No one, none of us can give. It will be a disaster. Imagine child is in fifth grade and you say, here is your own iPhone with unlimited data, no restrictions. This is the Wi-Fi. Do what you want. Does any parent do this? No, it will lead to disaster. Same thing with the mind. मन को छूट नहीं देनी है. To keep reminding ourselves. मन को छूट नहीं देनी है. We don't want to give a free hand to the mind. Text 46. Now, after having darshan of Lord Vishnu, the four Kumar brothers are speaking. Kumara uchuhu. Kumara, because plural, all four of them. Kumara uchuhu. Yontarhitoridi gatopi duratmanam tvam sodvaeva no nayanamulamanantaradha yar eva karna vivarena guham gato naha pitranuvaranitaraha bhavad udbhavena. The four Kumaras said, our dear Lord Vishnu, you are not manifested to rascals, even though you are seated within the heart of everyone. Krishna is seated in everyone's heart. The yogis can see Krishna. Krishna is there in the hearts of the rascals also, but they cannot see. Even though so close, they cannot see. But as far as we are concerned, we see you face to face, although you are unlimited. You are Ananta, but still we see you with our own eyes, face to face. Nayana Moolam. The statements we have heard about you from our father, Lord Brahma, through the years have now been actually realized by your kind appearance. Hari Bol. This day will come one day when we are face to face with Radha Krishna, with Gaur Nitai, and we say, oh, whatever we had heard from Srila Prabhupada, whatever we had read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is true. Krishna, you are so unlimitedly attractive. That is happening to the four Kumaras. They are the sons and disciples of Lord Brahma, and they have heard from Lord Brahma the glory of Lord Vishnu. Now that they are face to face with Lord Vishnu, they are saying everything our father said was true. You are so attractive, you are so beautiful. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes in the last paragraph, here the four sages, Sanat Kumar, Sanatan Kumar, Sanandana Kumar, and Sanak Kumar, are described as actually sincere devotees, although they had heard from their father Brahma about the personal feature of the Lord, only the impersonal feature Brahman was revealed to them. But because they were sincerely searching for the Lord, they finally saw his personal feature directly, which corresponded with the description given by their father. They thus became fully satisfied. Whatever they had heard from their Gurudev and father, Lord Brahma, was true. Krishna was so beautiful. They were seeing Krishna face to face. Tam tvam vidam bhagavan param atma tattvam satvena sampratiratim rachayantam esham yatte nutapa viditair dridha bhakti yogair udgranthayoridi vidur munayo viraga. We know that you are the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, who manifests his transcendental form in the uncontaminated mode of pure goodness, Vishuddha Sattva. This transcendental eternal form of your personality can be understood only by your mercy. Only by Krishna's mercy can we understand him. Through unflinching devotional service also one can understand. Dhrida Bhakti Yoga by great sages whose hearts have been purified in the devotional way. Udgranthaya Hridi, those whose hearts are free from contamination. Vidur Munayo Viraga, those who are Viraga, Vairagi, they are not interested in material life. They can understand you through devotion. Drida Bhakti Yogai, they can understand, and Te Anuta, by Krishna's mercy. Viditai, they can understand Krishna, Krishna's form, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's pastimes. Can be understood when there is Krishna Kripa and there is Bhakti in the heart. That is the sum and substance of this verse. Purport. The absolute truth can be understood in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabdate. The supreme absolute truth can be understood in three features: Brahmajyoti, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Here, Bhagavan is the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. Here, it is admitted that the supreme personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, is the last word in understanding the absolute truth, because they were already Brahman realized and now they are so attracted to the personal form. And they are saying this personal form can be understood only through bhakti and Krishna's mercy. So the personal form of Krishna is the highest understanding of the absolute truth. In the last two sentences, uh, in the last three sentences, Srila Prabhupada writes, it is said that one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead when one is even slightly favored by Him. Krishna's kripa is required, otherwise, we cannot understand. Otherwise, without Krishna's mercy, a man may speculate for thousands of years and not understand what is actually the supreme absolute truth. This mercy can be perceived by the devotee when he is completely free from contamination. So we can understand Krishna when Krishna's mercy comes. Krishna's mercy will come when we give up material contamination. It is stated, therefore, that only when all contamination is rooted out and the devotee is completely detached from material attractions can the devotee receive this mercy of Lord Krishna. Vishaya chhadiya kabe shuddha abhiman tabe amaheribo Shri Vrindavan. We can enter Vrindavan, we can see Vrindavan when heart is completely purified. नात्यन्तिकं विगणयन्तपि ते प्रसादं किम् अन्यदर्पितभयं भ्रुव उन्नयैस्ते ये अङ्गत्वदङ्घ्रिशरणा भवत कथाया कीर्तन्यतीर्थयशसा कुशलारसज्ञाः. Persons who are very expert and most intelligent in understanding things as they are engage in hearing narrations of the auspicious activities and pastimes of the Lord. The intelligent people want to hear about Krishna. Persons who are expert and most intelligent, they engage in hearing the narrations of Krishna, which are worth chanting and worth hearing. Kirtanya, they are worth hearing. Bhavata Kathaya, Krishna's Katha, it's worth hearing, worth speaking. It's Kirtanya, it's worth chanting. Mundane topics are not worth speaking, but Krishna conscious topics are worth speaking. Such persons, the very intelligent devotees who engage in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, such persons do not care even for the highest material benediction, namely liberation. They don't care about liberation. Na atyantikam vigana yanti. They don't care for liberation also. Mama janmani janmani ishware bhavatat bhakti rahitu kitoi. To say nothing of other less important benedictions like material happiness of the heavenly kingdom. They don't want heavenly kingdom. They don't want any material happiness. They just want Krishna. ननाकपृष्ठं न च पार्यमेष्ठं न सार्वभौमं न रसाधिपत्यं न योगसिद्धिरपुनर्भवं वा समञ्जसत्वे विरहयकाङ्क्षे. Shri Vitrasur Maharaj says, I don't want any material siddhis, any material position, becoming a sarvabhauma, becoming a king. No, I don't even want moksha. Apunarbhavam. I don't even want liberation. If it is going to create viraha from you, if it is going to separate me from you, then I don't want liberation. I don't want heavenly planets. I don't want to become a king. I don't want to enjoy anything. I want you. Purport. The transcendental bliss enjoyed by the devotees of Lord Krishna is completely different from the material happiness enjoyed by less intelligent persons. The less intelligent persons in the material world are engaged by the four principles of benediction called dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Generally, they prefer to take to religious life to achieve some material benediction, the purpose of which is to satisfy the senses. They want indriya tripti. When by that process they become confused or frustrated in fulfilling the maximum amount of sense enjoyment, they try to become one with the Supreme Lord, which according to their conception, mukti or liberation. So dharma, artha, kam, they try to earn money, they try to enjoy while practicing dharma. And then they see that ultimately this is frustrating, this is not sustainable. How long can you keep enjoying material pleasures in this world? It's temporary, it doesn't really touch the soul. Then they say, okay, forget it, this world is phaltu. This world is not a good place. Let's just get liberation. Then they go for liberation. Dharma, artha, kam, and then moksha. But still, these are not the perfections of life. Even moksha is not perfection of life. There are 5 kinds of liberation. The least important is Sayujya Mukti, where they enter the Brahma Jyoti and become one with the Supreme. Devotees don't care for such liberation, Srila Prabhupada writes. Devotees don't care for such liberation because they are actually intelligent. Devotee wants to serve Krishna. Devotees don't care for such liberation because they are actually intelligent, nor are they inclined to accept any of the other 4 kinds of liberation, Sarupya, Sarashti, Samipya, Salokya. They don't want. They don't want to live on the same planet, Salokya. They don't want to live side by side, Samipya, as an associate. They don't want to have the same opulences, Sarashti, and they don't want to have the same bodily features, Sarupya. They are concerned only with glorifying the Supreme Lord and His auspicious activities. They just want to do Krishna Kirtana Gana Naratana Paro Premamritam Nidhi Dhira Dhira Jana Priyau Priyakaro Nirmatsarau Pujitau Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bharau Bhuvi Bhuvo Bharavahantarakau Vande Rupa Sanatanau Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau Krishna Utkirtana Gana Nartana Paro. They're interested in singing, dancing, hearing about Krishna. Pure devotional service is Shravanam Kirtanam, Prabhupada writes. Pure devotees who take transcendental pleasure in hearing and chanting the glories of Lord Krishna do not care for any kind of liberation. Narayana Parasarve na kutaschala bibyati swarga pavarga narkeshu api tulyartha darshan. Towards the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was talking with Sri Ramananda Rai, there were varieties of suggestions offered by Sri Ramananda Rai regarding spiritual realization, but Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected all of them but one, that one should hear the glories of the Lord in the association of pure devotees. Satam prasangan mama veere samnido. That is acceptable for everyone, especially in this age of Kali. One should engage himself in hearing from the pure devotees about the activities of the Supreme Lord. That is considered the supreme benediction for mankind. And that's what we are doing. We are hearing Srila Prabhupada's words, Srila Shukdev Goswami's words, Lord Brahmaji's words. So we are very, very fortunate. Should we take one more verse? Okay, let's do one more verse. Verse number 4. Oh, then there are only 2 more verses. So let's finish this chapter. Verse number 49. Kamam bhavasva vrijinair nirayeshu na sacheto livad yadinute padayorameta vachaschanas tulasivad yadityangri shobha Puryeta gunaganairyaधिकरणरन्ध्रः. The 4 Kumaras are praying, O Lord Vishnu, we pray that you let us be born in any hellish condition of life, just as long as our hearts and minds are always engaged in the service of your lotus feet. Our words are made beautiful by speaking of your activities, just as tulsi leaves are beautified when offered unto your lotus feet. And as long as our ears are always filled with the chanting of your transcendental qualities. Puryetate gunaganair yadi karnarandra. Very beautiful prayer. So the 4 Kumaras, they are praying that we have cursed Jay and Vijay, your associates. What a grave transgression of etiquette. We deserve to go to hell for this. Therefore, O Lord Vishnu, if you send the 4 of us, 4 Kumaras, to hell, then please, our only prayer is that let our ears be filled with hearing your transcendental qualities. Let our tongue be engaged in glorifying you. Let our hearts and mind be engaged in serving your lotus feet. We don't want to forget you when we go to hell. Very interesting. When the doorkeepers, the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha Jai Vijay were cursed by the four Kumaras, Jai Vijay became very regretful and they repented and begged forgiveness. And what did they ask? Oh, four Kumaras, wherever you send us, please, our prayer is that we should never forget Krishna. Remember? Now the four Kumaras are praying for the same thing. What goes around comes around. Very interesting this is. These are the interactions between devotees. In devotee interactions, we should not think that it is not one upmanship in devotee relationship. That I gotcha, I am right, you are wrong, yay, I won. No, this is simply out of pride and arrogance. Devotees don't deal with each other like that. If there is a discussion and someone turns out to be wrong, in the future it is possible that we will be wrong and this devotee who is wrong today will be right tomorrow. You see? So the gatekeepers, Jai Vijay, made a mistake. They got cursed and they prayed that you cursed us for our mistake. We are sorry. Our only prayer is that wherever we go, please, we will be born as demons, but may we not forget you, Krishna. And when Krishna comes in Krishna's presence, after experiencing the fragrance of Krishna's lotus feet and the fragrance of Tulsi mixed with it, their hearts are purified by smelling it, by having darshan of Krishna with their eyes. Now they have become pure devotees, the four Kumaras. From impersonalists, now they have become, developed some dasya bhav towards Bhagwan, Vishnu. And now they are offering the same prayers that the dasya bhav wale Jai Vijay had offered. That wherever we go, we should not forget. See how bhakti can be a full circle. Therefore, always trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnana. We don't know when we will have to eat our own words. Hare Krishna. Purport. The four sages now offer their humility to the personality of Godhead Vishnu because of their having been haughty. Haughty means proud, arrogant, in cursing two other devotees of the Lord, Jai and Vijay, the two doorkeepers who stopped them from entering Vaikuntha planet, were certainly offenders. But as Vaishnavas, the four sages, four Kumaras, should not have cursed them in anger. After the incident, the four Kumar brothers became conscious that they had done wrong by cursing the devotees of the Lord. And they prayed to the Lord that even in hellish condition of life, their minds might not be distracted from the engagement of service of the lotus feet of Lord Narayan. Those who are devotees of Lord Narayan are not afraid of any condition of life. No kutasyana bibhyati. This is very, very important. Next paragraph. These four devotees prayed to Lord Narayan that although they might go to hell because they had cursed devotees, Jai Vijay, they might not forget the service of Lord Narayan. The transcendental loving service of Lord Narayan is performed in three ways: karmana, manasa, vacha. Through the body, through the mind, through words. Here the sages pray, four Kumaras pray, that their words may always be engaged in glorifying Lord Narayan. Mind may always think of serving Lord Narayan, and their bodies may always engaged in glorifying Lord Narayan. Srila Prabhupada further writes, one may speak very nicely with ornamental language, or one may be expert at controlled grammatical presentation, but if one's words are not engaged in the service of Lord Narayan, those words have no flavor and no actual use. The example is given here of tulsi leaves. Here they say, Tulasi vad. And just like Tulsi, what is the example of Tulsi? The Tulsi leaf is very useful even in medicinal and antiseptic point of view. It is considered sacred and is offered to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. The Tulsi leaf has numerous good qualities, but if it were not offered to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, Tulsi would not be of much value or importance. Amazing example. Tulsi does have Ayurvedic medicinal benefits, but that's not why we worship Tulsi. Tulsi is worshipable because she is dear to Krishna. Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namo. We worship Tulsi because it is offered to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Similarly, our words may be very eloquent. We may know grammar perfectly well. Our oratory skills may be top notch. But if with our words we are not glorifying Krishna, then those choice words, grammatical mastery, perfection of oratory is useless. Shramaya vahi kevalam. It is useless. Prabhupada says, but if one's words are not offered in the service of Lord Krishna, our words are useless. Last sentence, Srila Prabhupada, last couple of sentences, Srila Prabhupada says, a devotee is not afraid of going to hell if he has the opportunity to hear the glories of the Lord constantly. This is the advantage of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One may be put in any condition, but Krishna gives him the prerogative to chant Hare Krishna. In any condition of life, if one goes on chanting, he will never be unhappy. Last verse for the chapter, verse number 50. Praduscha karthayad idam puruhutarupam tenesha nirvritim vapuralam drisho naha tasma idam bhagavate nama id vidhema yonatmanam durudayo bhagavan pratitaha. The four Kumaras are praying, O Lord Narayan, we therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto your eternal form as the personality of Godhead. We offer respectful obeisances unto your eternal form as the personality of Godhead, which you have so kindly manifested before us. Your supreme eternal form cannot be seen by unfortunate, less intelligent persons, but we are so much satisfied in our mind and vision to see it. They're expressing their gratitude that Lord Krishna gave them their darshan. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, the four sages, the four Kumaras, Sanat Kumar, Sanatan Kumar, Sanandan Kumar, and Sanak Kumar, Sanat Kumar, Sanatan Kumar, and Sanandan Kumar. They were impersonalists in the beginning of their spiritual life, but afterwards, by the grace of their father and spiritual master, Lord Brahma, they understood the eternal spiritual form of Lord Vishnu and felt completely satisfied. In other words, the transcendentalists who aspire to the impersonal Brahman or even the localized Paramatma are not fully satisfied and still hanker for more. Even if they are satisfied in their mind, still transcendently their eyes are not satisfied. But as soon as such persons come to realize the supreme personality of God, Bhagavan, Narayan, they are satisfied in all respects. In other words, they become devotees and want to see the form of the Lord continuously. Atati ad bhavan ahani kananam truti yogayate twam pasyatam kutila kuntalam shri mukham chate jadau dikshatam pakshmakridrisham. The gopis are calling the father and guru of the four Kumaras Jada. Jada. Jada means dull headed, low IQ, foolish person. Why? Pakshmakrit Trisham. He has created his eyelids. Kutila Kuntalam. Krishna's Shri Mukham Chate. Your beautiful face, Krishna, which is surrounded by curly, blackish locks of hair. Kutila means curly. Cannot see Krishna's face. Apashyatam. Because Pakshmakrit Disham. Because you have created this stupid eyelids which block our vision when we are looking at Krishna. Oh, Creator, what kind of a faulty Creator you are. This is the nature of a devotee. Once they see Krishna's beauty, The devotee wants to keep seeing Krishna continuously. Prabhupada is writing like that. They become devotees and want to see the form of Lord Krishna continually. It is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita that one who has developed transcendental love of Krishna by smearing his eyes with the ointment of love sees constantly the eternal form of Lord Shama Sundar. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santah Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The particular word used in this connection, Anatmanam, signifies those who have no control over their mind and senses and who therefore speculate and want to become one with the Supreme Lord. Such persons cannot have the pleasure of seeing the eternal form of Lord Krishna. For impersonalists and the so-called yogis, Lord Krishna is always hidden by the curtain of Yoga Maya. Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavita. Moodoham Nabhijanati Lokamamajamabhayam. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, 15th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Description of the Kingdom of God, Vaikuntha. Krishna willing, on Thursday, we will continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam and we will do Shri Ganeshaya Namaha of chapter number 16. The two doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, Jai, Vijay, cursed by the four sages. That is the next chapter which will start. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर हरि बोल. Yes, Ajay Govind Prabhu, and then Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for your time and the discourse. I have two questions, Prabhu. The first one is just keeping that, okay, this whole thing is facilitating the pastime of the Lord. We are saying that four Kumaras are so elevated that they have the entry to the Vaikuntha, which is not even the Prapanchik Vaikuntha. Then they are just getting so much angry. How do we take that? That they cursed two people who are serving Lord. Okay, those guards are okay. We understand, chalo, for some reason they did not, understood the purpose and did a mistake. But four Kumaras are highly elevated.
Yeah. Jai Vijay are Nitya Siddhas. They are the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha eternally. They are worshipped in all the Hindu temples, especially in South India even today. And the four Kumar brothers, they are the first born sons of Lord Brahma, and they are always purely spiritual. That's why they can maintain completely innocent 5-year-old bodies. They are Chir Kumar. They are always Kumar Avastha. They never reach Pauganda or Kishore. Always very innocent, very spiritually realized. So you're right, Ajay Govind Prabhu. This is very inconceivable, and the only explanation is that this was a Leela manifested by Lord Narayan himself to teach us lessons. Because there is no doubt that without this pastime, there would be practically no Bhagavatam. Because none of the avatars would come, no Varahadev, no Narsimhadev, no Ram avatar, no Krishna Balram avatar, if the Jai Vijay pastime does not take place. Because no Shishupal Dantavakra, no Ravan Kumbhakarna, no Hiranyakashipu Hiranyaksha, which means no Prahlad Stuti. No ninth canto where Lord Ramachandra is described, no Valmiki Ramayana, no Ramcharitmanas, no 10th canto practically. So really it doesn't happen like this. These are very rare exceptions, and the only logical explanation is that Krishna wanted it to happen. That's why the four Kumaras are getting angry, apparently over something trivial, because if you are not allowed entry, you could have negotiated. Okay, can you at least ask Lord Vishnu if some other time we can come, or what do we need to do? Do we need to just go wear kopin and come? Okay, let us go get some kopins. and then we can enter. So there could have been some discussion, but they just got angry. Their eyes became red and they're cursed. And even Jai Vijay, they could have explained that they are Vaikuntha Vasis. They know everything, past, present, future. They are also Satchidananda because they are in the Satchidananda Vishuddha Sattva Jagat, Vaikuntha. So they could see that these are spiritually advanced persons. How could Jai Vijay consider the four Kumaras to be ordinary naked boys who will misbehave in Vaikuntha and should not be allowed inside? Not possible. Of course, Jai Vijay knew that these are great souls. Um, but they also considered them to be ordinary boys and they blocked their way. So this is really very atypical behavior by Jai Vijay and by the four Kumaras. So we can only understand this Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Priya Bhakta Dware Annera Dilena Shiksha Aita Prakare. Mahaprabhu is teaching us using his Priya Bhakta Dware, using his dear devotees as an example.
Okay.
That's the only way. Otherwise, this doesn't happen. ऐसा नहीं कि वैकुंठ में रोज somebody is getting cursed, somebody is making फिर क्या क्या वैकुंठ? It cannot be called Vaikuntha. It's full of Kuntha then. People are falling day and night. Cursing, counter cursing. Yes.
So
Anand
my
Krishna.
question is a
Oh,
little contradictory on the same time. I was reading something from a different chapter, first canto, sixth chapter,
yes,
where
bro.
conversation between Narada Muni and Vyasadeva is going on, and Narada Muni is quoting how his journey has been there. So one of the purports of a verse is talking about that how Narada Muni got the ability, because he was a very pure devotee, to go to various planets and move around from one planet to another, including the three Bhumi Loka planets and all the spiritual planets as well.
Yeah.
There it is mentioned with the reference to Narada Puran, not Narada Puran, the Narasimha Purana, where it is
Hmm.
mentioned that rishis like Marichi and then four Kumaras were, because Marichi and rishis are referred to somebody who is in Bhakti Yoga with the uh, Ashtanga Yoga process, and Sanat Kumar are in the Gyan Yoga process and referred as they are not pure devotees and they were not having the entries to those planets where Narad Muni was having, which
Hmm.
is now contradictory again to the same situation that they were pure devotees and had the entry to the Vaikuntha. So that seems to be a little contradictory. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, but how do we unveil it?
Uh, Maybe in the beginning they did not have entry because it looks like Sanat Kumar, the four Kumaras, Chatusana, they came to Vaikuntha but they could not enter. You see, in this pastime. They came up to Vaikuntha, but they could not enter the gate, seventh gate. Seventh gate, no?
Yeah.
Seventh gate, they could not enter.
But they
But
still had
then,
the darshan of the Lord, right, Prabhuji?
and that darshan purified them, made them, uplifted them to the status of pure devotees, whereas previously they were impersonalists. So they were spiritualists before also, but they were impersonalists, but now they became devotees. So I think now they can enter because now they are completely purified. That is my understanding. And who is the other? Marichi, I don't know. Does it say that Marichi can enter or cannot enter?
No, cannot enter because he was on the fruitive work and yoga process.
So yeah, unless one is a pure devotee, one cannot enter. But looks like the four Kumaras also needed some spiritual elevation before they became qualified. So yeah, that is my understanding. That first canto they were not qualified. Third canto they became qualified.
So Jay and Vijay were not wrong.
Then- Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you, Ajay Govind Prabhu. Yes, Bhagavati Yasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandas Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this very, very nice class. Prabhuji, we were talking about the requirements for Ashtanga Yoga, that they have to control so many things and But in case of bhakti, it is not that our real goal is to see Krishna constantly in samadhi. But in the initial or always, we are being always instructed that we should control, we should take care, we should restrict, we should put some efforts to be doing everything favorable to Krishna and not unfavorable. So how to see this? Like we are doing devotional service, and that will take care of the controlling of the senses. That I understand, but still there is something from our side that we have to put in. Can you please explain that, sir? What is that we have to put in, and what is that stopping devotees from seeing Krishna?
Hare Krishna. Hmm. In the path of meditative yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, one has to give up family life. When Hiranyakashipu, who was a grahastha, had to go and perform tapasya, yoga, to become powerful, get the siddhis, he had to leave his wife Kayadhu behind and meditate. So the path of Ashtanga Yoga, one has to be in a solitary place, one has to be alone, it should be a holy place, and one has to completely control one's eating and everything. In the path of bhakti, it is not like that. Grihe thako, vane thako, sada hari bole dako. Srila Bhakti Thakur writes. One can remain in the household. One can remain in Cary, North Carolina. No problem. Or one can be in Chennai, India. No problem. We can practice it at home. Whereas Ashtanga Yoga, the way it is described, we have to sit with a straight back in a holy place. The place should not be very high, not very low. One has to practice complete celibacy. One has to be solitary, alone. In bhakti, it is not like that. We can be with 10. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had 10, 13 children actually throughout his life. So that is the difference. In Ashtanga Yoga, it is um, mainly our own effort. Whereas in Bhakti, it is our effort, but with Sharanagati, with a sweet surrender. That ultimately Krishna's mercy will see me through. We are depending on Krishna Prasad. So that is the difference in the attitude also. So there is a difference in the ashram, in the place. There's a difference in the mood and the attitude. So Bhakti Yoga is much easier because there are less external requirements, and internally also it depends on the grace of the Supreme Lord. Tasyaham sulabha partha. Krishna says, I become easily available. Mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami achirat partha. Very quickly I will deliver them from Mrityu samsara sagar. So in bhakti, Krishna's grace is what we depend on. Whereas in Ashtanga Yoga and other yogic process, it's one's determination, one's self-control, one's endeavor. So what is it that we have to do on the path of bhakti that we can also attain complete perfection and see Krishna face to face? It is having faith in Srila Prabhupada, who is our savior, who is our founder Acharya, who is our Param Gurudev. Having faith that what Srila Prabhupada has given me will work. Chanting at least 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, 3 times a day, doing my Gayatri, serving the deities, offering bhoga to Krishna like Prabhupada taught with the 3 mantras chanted 3 times, and eating only Krishna Prasad, reading Prabhupada's books, praying to Mahaprabhu, and having faith that by doing this, I will attain the perfection of life. I will attain Swarup Siddhi. Having that faith, that is what is required in bhakti. And the biggest austerity for us is twofold. One is to follow the four regulative principles strictly, and number two is to cooperate with devotees. It is not easy to cooperate and work harmoniously because so many differences of opinions are there. And that is our austerity. In Kali, Prabhupada said, you can show your love for me by how you cooperate. ISKCON is Srila Prabhupada's personal offering to his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ji Maharaj, and to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we have the choice of either expanding Prabhupada's gift to his Gurudev and to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or to spoil that gift. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness is a worldwide movement where hundreds and thousands of devotees are taking up the process of Krishna consciousness as taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So either we can expand this gift of Prabhupada to his Gurudev and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or we can ruin it. Or we can just be tatastha and not contribute, not spoil, not contribute. The choice is ours. And if we want to contribute, then we have to cooperate. Our contribution will be meaningful by cooperating, not by being a separatist. And cooperation means we have to put our false ego aside. Keep that false ego aside and communicate. Keep that false ego aside and work together, shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, with devotees that we may not really be able to get along with. But we get along for the sake of our service to Srila Prabhupada. That is the austerity for us. Austerity for us is not to sit in a forest in a holy place and fast like Dhruv Maharaj. That is not our path. Our path is to chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya like Dhruv Maharaj did. Our path is to do deity worship like Dhruv Maharaj did. And it is such a nice concession Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, that like Dhruv Maharaj, we don't have to leave family and go and live in the forest. How many of us can do that? So these are the differences and similarities between the path of Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Both require following the four regulative principles. But Ashtanga Yoga has a lot of external rules, regulations, restrictions, which are impractical in today's day and age. And Bhakti Yoga very nicely harmonizes, teaches us Yukta Vairagya, how we have to keep Krishna in the center and see everything's relationship with Krishna, and use this MacBook Pro computer I'm using for Zoom, but to connect with devotees. Same computer can be used to watch movies and Netflix. So in this way, in Bhakti, even modern gadgets can be used in Krishna's service. So, but that loyalty has to be there, that fortitude has to be there, and that sincerity has to be there, that I will follow the path that my Guru Maharaj has given me for the rest of my life. The other day, we were celebrating the birthday of a devotee, and I asked, Mataji, what can I pray for you? And she said, please pray for me that till my last breath, I am able to follow whatever Srila Prabhupada has taught us, and I am able to live my life like a good disciple till the end of my life. That's all. It is such a perfect prayer. Just now, my better half, Radha, she is in Sri Dham Vrindavan, and they happened to meet His Holiness Srila Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj near Govardhan. And they offered obeisances and asked for instructions. And Srila Radha Govind Maharaj said, whatever Srila Prabhupada has told, 16 round, 4 regulative principle, you follow that. Once I had asked His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Swami Maharaj also, that I am struggling with my anarthas, what I can do. And he said, just have faith. What Prabhupada has given, bas. Just do it. Keep doing it. Carry on the way Prabhupada has told. Have faith. It will work. Chant your rounds, at least 16 rounds, very attentively with absorption. Follow the 4 regulative principles nicely, strictly. Don't compromise. Chant your 3 times Gayatri regularly. Read Prabhupada's books. Assist the senior Vaishnavas in ISKCON. Hear Hari Katha from the pure devotees. Participate in Kirtan. Preach. Preaching, very important. Very important to preach. Mahaprabhu becomes very happy when Jare Dekho Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. This is Mahaprabhu's recurrent instruction. So in this way, by following Srila Prabhupada with faith and carrying on with bhakti sincerely till our death, not giving up. Otherwise, sometimes after practicing Krishna consciousness for 10-15 years, especially after second initiation, I have seen this. It's called the second initiation syndrome. Grahastha devotees, when they get second initiation, and even brahmacharis, when they get second initiation, a feeling may come that now what next is there for me? I have done everything. Abhi kya bacha hai? I have become a counselor. I have got my second initiation, first initiation. I am Bhakti Shastri. I am this, I am that. Everybody respects me. I have got my little service in ISKCON. Now there's nothing more to look forward to. Now I can watch Netflix. Now I can relax. अभी हो गया. Bhakti Shastri हो गया. Disciple course हो गया अभी. Second initiation. Now I've got everything. I've got my Brahmin thread. I'm all set. This is the second initiation syndrome. We have to be very careful. We should not become complacent. We should carry on with enthusiasm, like the enthusiasm we had during our first Janmashtami in ISKCON. Yes, how we have to keep awake till midnight, we have to fast till midnight, we have to do service. Prabhuji, what can I do? Mataji, what can I do? We just completely surrendered. And then when we become pick up the leadership position, then that enthusiasm goes down. Now we expect enthusiasm from others, not from ourselves. So we don't want to become complacent. We want to keep going deeper and deeper in bhakti. If we can maintain that for the rest of our life, then Prabhupada's mercy will be there for us at the end. So this faith is required in bhakti. Does that help, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Not much of external things, too much of internal cultivation and
Yes, Mataji.
progress.
A spiritual master, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was asked, what is the most important thing in bhakti? And Maharaj replied with one word, absorption. Absorption is internal thing. And yesterday I was listening to a lecture by my Guru Maharaj, and Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj was saying same thing. He said a sentence that really struck me. Can I share with you what Maharaj said?
Yes,
Please listen
yes.
carefully. I felt that Maharaj was just, this was for me. Maharaj was telling me, trying to save me by this instruction. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, we cannot love Krishna if we try to show others how much we love Krishna. Process that. Maharaj said, we cannot love Krishna if we are trying to show others how much we love Krishna. It means bhakti ka dikhawa mat karo. Don't make a show of your bhakti. Hide your bhakti. Maharaj said, if you show others, try to show others how devoted you are and how advanced you will never be able to make advancement. You will not be able to love Krishna if you try to show others how much you love Krishna. So yes, internal absorption and no external show. Internal absorption is most important. And I have seen over the years, those devotees are successful who are quiet grahasthas. They do their duty towards their children, their husband, their wife, their parents, and in their house, they are absorbed. In their house, they sincerely struggle. One devotee, doctor devotee, he was walking with Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and Maharaj put his hand on his shoulder as they were walking from Radha Gopinath Mandir to Bharti Vidya Bhavan, which is literally 200 feet walking distance. They were walking. Maharaj was supposed to give a class. It was Dwarkadish Prabhu. You know Dwarkadish Prabhu, doctor? Dwarkadish Prabhu. So Dwarkadish Prabhu said, Maharaj, can I accompany you for the program? Maharaj was going alone. He told the brahmacharis not to come. It was a some other program. So Dwarkadish Prabhu said, can I come with you, Maharaj? Maharaj said, okay, come. So Maharaj, as they were walking, put his hand on the shoulder and said, Dwarkadish Prabhu, how are you doing? Dwarkadish Prabhu folded his hands and said, Maharaj, I am struggling. And Maharaj said, thank you. Thank you for struggling. As Grahasthas, we struggle. We are pulled in so many directions. We have our job. We have to maintain this big house where something keeps breaking. Some project is always there. This modification, that, this, that repair. We have to pay our bills. We have to pay our taxes. We have kids. Taking care of it takes a village to raise one child, it is said. We have kids, we have to take care of the kids, we have to take care of our spouse, take care of our parents. Parents are aging, they have their health problems. In Grahastha life, there's always disturbance. Kids fall sick. When they pass the age where they stop falling sick repeatedly, now we have to worry about their career. We have to worry about their screen time. We have to worry about bad association in school. We have to protect them. So many things. Always something is going on. By the time the parents become old, their health problems, and then we say, oh, we are becoming old. Now we have got diabetes. Now we have got high blood pressure. Grahastha ashram is, it's a circus. Something is going to keep juggling different balls. And Maharaj said, thank you for struggling, which means it is good to struggle. It is bad to give up the struggle and say, okay, that's it, I quit. Don't quit. Keep struggling. Keep fighting. Mam anusmara yudhyacha. Maharaj said, thank you for struggling. So those grahasthas who are consider themselves very small, insignificant, and they struggle. They struggle trying to chant their 16 rounds minimum attentively, chanting Gayatri 3 times a day, doing puja seva at home, doing their Bhakti Vriksha seva, whatever preaching engagements they have. They read Prabhupada's books regularly. They sing Vaishnava bhajans, maybe one Vaishnava bhajan, but they do it regularly. They may read for 15 minutes Prabhupada's books, but they do it every day. Such grahasthas are the ones I have seen over the years. They flourish. They make advancement. And they remain strong and enthusiastic in Krishna consciousness. And those devotees who don't have these qualities, who are after show, who are after politics, creating fights, having fame, I did this project, I collected so much, I built this, I preached to him, get me more followers, spread the word, subscribe, like. These devotees in the long run, either they don't survive or they run out of steam. They run out of empowerment. I've seen it. Only the humble devotees who quietly hide their bhakti and struggle and serve selflessly behind the scenes, they survive. They survive. Devotees who pray for others survive. Devotees who do services without telling anyone, they survive. These are the secrets to success in bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Prabhupada
you.
struggled all his life, lifetime in preparation. One day, Amarendra Prabhu was studying Srila Prabhupada's astrological chart. Quietly, he was sitting on the sofa and he was studying Prabhupada's astrological chart. And I happened to go there. And I saw he had tears in his eyes. So I sat down and I said, Amarendra Prabhu, what are you doing? He said, he tried to hide his tears. He said, Prabhuji, I was just look. I said, what are you looking at? He said, I am looking at Prabhupada's chart. I said, what do you see in Prabhupada's chart? And Amarendra Prabhu said that just based on the astrological chart, it's a very unique and a very different chart. It is definitely the chart of a Mahapurush, no doubt. Very great, extraordinarily powerful personality, no doubt. But Amarendra Prabhu said the heartbreaking thing is that in this chart, there is a lot of struggle. 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 And then Amarendra Prabhu said, and this personality's career starts at the age of 70. He said, when I see charts, the career starts at 25, 26, 30. But that if you look at Prabhupada's chart, his career starts at 70. So struggling is good if we are struggling for Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. And last question, Satyarapa Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for all your valuable time, Prabhuji, and such wonderful nectarian classes always. Prabhuji, if you're really getting late, it's okay. We can take next class, Prabhuji, because it's late there, right? In India, it's morning, but for you, if it is late, today is Ekadashi also, you might be very tired. It's okay, Prabhuji, no problem. Next time also I can ask, no problem.
Okay, Thursday we'll do because it's late.
No problem. No
Okay.
problem, Prabhuji, please.
For you, Friday morning.
Yes.
Thank you. Srila Prabhupada
Thank you.
ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur. Hari Bol. Thank you.